All right, hello everybody, Carolyn here. Today we're doing a video that I actually haven't done in quite some time. And that is, we're going to be setting up for a lot of stuff today. Look at this. This is almost an entire box full of white Dragon Shield sleeves. Like, actually, these aren't Dragon Shield brand. These are Ultra Pro brand, but I just keep everything in my Dragon Shield boxes to keep it organized. This is almost an entire box full of soft sleeves. So what are we setting up for today? Let me tell you, friends. Today we're going to be setting up for Wonho's comeback, which is about to happen. We're also going to be setting up for Treasure's comeback, which by the time you see this video, it's already happened. Let me know what you thought about it in the comment section down below. I'm so excited. It's been so long since the Treasure comeback, so I'm really looking forward to it. We're also going to be setting up for my third member of Monsta decks that I'm going to be collecting, which is really exciting. I also was going to set up for A Pink in this video, but I'm not really doing anything crazy for A Pink this time around. So I'm just going to get like the 6 album cards for Balmy, and then I'm going to get the MMT POV because I bought my albums from MMT. So that's all I'm doing. And also, like I said, we already have so much to put away that I didn't want this video to be like too long. So we're gonna go ahead and get set up. My iPad is literally like about to die, so that's why it's charging. But let's start with Wonho. So for Wonho's comeback, it's pretty similar to his past comebacks, but let's go ahead and go through it really quick. So Wonho this time around has 3 versions like he normally does. He has a purple, a red, and a black version, versions 1, 2, and 3. And the concepts look so good so far. Like, I know I'm like really biased when it comes to Wonho, and I love everything this man does, but I'm so excited. RIP my blue Wonho display shelf though. But I think I need a second Wonho shelf anyways, so it's not gonna be a big deal. I'm just gonna put this stuff down there. Photo cards this time around, there are 3 different sets of photo cards. There's 6 cards each, which is very, very similar to his past 3 releases, so nothing too crazy going on there. Oh, and then we have some mini posters. It looks like there's 3 per album, so they're not random. It looks like you just get the album posters that match up with the album version that you bought. And then we have pre-order benefits, which are like first press items. So there's message cards, which is very similar to his past couple of comebacks, with the 6 photo cards. And then there are bookmarks, which is very similar to at least Blue Letter. I can't remember if he's had bookmarks. He at least had bookmarks. Yes, he's had bookmarks every single time. I couldn't remember if for Love Sin 2 there were bookmarks, but I'm pretty sure there were. And then we also get film photos, which is very similar to Wonho's first release, but for Love Sin 1, but we haven't really seen the film photos since then, so that's pretty exciting. I'm not sure how thick they're gonna be, so I'm actually not setting up for those today, but I do plan on owning all 6. I just don't know if I'm gonna put them in my binder. So that's that. And then for POBs, we have Highline Store. So Highline Store is doing the famous punch out cards that Starship Square loves as well. Wow, it's like Starship Square and Highline Store are like the same thing. Anyways, so there's, for the single album versions, there's 3 different sets of cards. So if you buy all 3 albums individually, you buy like one of the version 1s, one version 2, and one version 3, and not a set, like you have to buy the albums in their individual listings, you will get all 3 of these. Similarly, for the sets, you get the second set of cards, the MB version 2 set. You have to buy 3 different sets of albums. So I just bought my Highline Store albums this morning actually, and I bought 12 albums total. So like 3 full sets and then an individual one. So I have 4 of each version coming. Other POBs that have been announced this era, I don't have photos of them, but there's K-Town POBs. So there were 3 POBs, I think, he released for K-Town, 1 for each version. And then for MMT, there's 2 POBs again. And if you're like me and holding out and being hopeful, there's a 3rd fan sign winner card. I am doing a fan sign. I don't think I'll know my results by the time I've posted this video, but if I find out after I've edited this, I'll write it in a comment down below. So, but I'm entering the fan sign for MMT, so hopefully I get in. Oh, I'm so excited. I hope that I get in. I get to talk to Wonho again this era, but Treasure confuses me. So we're gonna go over it like this. This is a template that somebody has already made. It's not filled out, obviously. The cards are not out at the time of me filming this. The album's not out. But this just made it a little easier for me to digest all the things Treasure is releasing this time around. So so if there's other things, I'll try to like mention them, but these are the Photocard things that we're going to be concerned about for this era. So we're going to use Jihoon here, but basically there's two photobook versions of Treasure's album, the blue version and the green version. I'm gonna miss the rainbow effect, not gonna lie, but I'm really excited for the new album design. I'm really excited that we're kind of getting something a little different for Treasure. But yes, so in each version of the album, you have the concept photo card and then two selfies, which is pretty similar to their past releases. There's also a unit selfie this time around, and it looks like is paired with only one other member. It's not like monsta where it's like every member gets a selfie with another member. So yeah, I'm not sure if Jihoon, Jungwoo, and Junkyu are going to be in the same units, but I'm assuming that they're not going to be, and that's how I'm setting up. I'm assuming they're not in the same units, but obviously if they are, that will change. There's also a rare photo card. I'm not going to look at that. There's also a postcard for each version of the photobook version. There's also member jewel cases this time around. You get one selfie card per member jewel case version. I don't know why the digipacks stress me out so much. Like, I don't know why I'm like especially stressed about the digipacks. I know I collect 3 members, by the way. I collect Junkyu, Jihoon, and Jungwoo. So Junkyu stresses me out in the sense that like he can be so overpriced and he's so expensive, and I just like really worry about not being able to pull all of his jewel case cards and then them being like super expensive. So I'm really, really hoping that Tume don't like make his jewel case one super expensive, because like the photobook version, I don't know why I'm like not stressed about this. Maybe because it's so similar to their past comebacks, but anyways, so we've got the selfie cards. You get 1 of 4 in each jewel case. And then the Kino cards, there's like a member Kino. Oh yeah, there's no like keychain or anything this time, that's good. But so like the Kino itself is a single member, so it's not like a unit this time, it's a single member one. And you get 2 Kino cards per album, but there's 2 per member, so it's actually kind of nice. I haven't decided if I want to collect Kino cards for Jihoon and Jungwoo or just Junkyu. My theory is that like Jihoon is kind of a mid-tier expensive member and Jungwoo is like a really cheap member, so if I can find Junkyu's, finding Jungwoo's won't be that hard. So I don't know, we're gonna figure it out later. And then there's a bunch of POBs this era. There's so many POBs this era. Because Wonho is always my priority, I honestly haven't pre-ordered a ton of Treasure albums. I'm definitely gonna buy more once the comeback happens. But as of right now, I did buy from K-Town because Wonho also had K-Town POBs, and I was like, perfect, I'm just gonna combine shipping for everything. So I bought like 1 set of albums, so like 1 of each of the photobook versions, a Kino, 1 of each of my biases, digipacks. So I got the K-Town cards. I should have 6 K-Town cards coming, like 6 packs, so we have a 50% chance of pulling the bias line. I've never pulled Junkyu for a K-Town card before, so I don't know. And then also I bought from G Market this morning because once again was ordering Wonho, so I bought some more digipacks because I'm stressed about them. And it was from the YG Select store, so hopefully I still get the YG Select POB, but I'm not setting up for it because I don't know if I will, and I don't necessarily know if I want to get YG Select. Like I want to get at least 1 more POB for the boys, but I'm not sure if I necessarily want it to be YG Select if I don't get those POBs, if you know what I mean. If I get the POBs, it's going to be YG Select, but but yeah, I don't know why there's 2. Do each member have 2? I'm going to have to look that up, but I'm not sure at this point in time. Applewood, whatever that means. Waiver shipping makes me want to cry. G Market does too, but I'll do it for Wonho. Oh, and last template. Did I already upload it to my Canva? Oh, I did. Okay, so this is my Canva. Let me just save the image from my Canva real quick. So yes, the 3rd member out of monsta that I'm going to be collecting, because I already collect Kihyun and Wonho, is I'm going to be collecting Changyun backwards, which a lot of y'all saw coming. A lot of y'all wanted it to be Minhyuk, and honestly, I'll tell you the story more when we go through and organize Changyun's stuff, but I'm going to be collecting Changyun and I'm really excited about it. It's something I've wanted to do for a really, really long time, and I almost did it like during Follow era. I almost collected both him and Kihyun, and I didn't end up doing it. I just ended up collecting Kihyun during Follow era, and Wonho obviously, but you know, yeah, so I'm really excited. to be collecting Changyun, and I think it's going to be a really fun thing to do. As you can see, I have a lot of his older stuff because I started collecting OT7 like from this point forward. So I have a lot of his newer cards. It's really just like the earlier cards. I'm also already collecting OT7 for Follow, and I'm collecting OT7 for Beautiful. So yeah, but we'll discuss that more when we get into Changyun stuff. But let's start off with Wonho first. So Wonho's going to be going in the No Limit binder, and the reason I'm doing that is because literally there's no room in the Fantasia binder. there's no room for this comeback, and honestly, I'm expecting Wonho to drop a lot more stuff for this release, so yes, I'm going to just put him here. I think I'm going to put him after No Limit, and just do releases in chronological order. So like for Monsta X's next comeback, it'll be after this Wonho release. I'm gonna try that and see how I feel about it. It very much could change, but let me grab a bunch of 9 pockets here. I'm really excited for Wonho's comeback. I think it's gonna be a really good time. I've been waiting. It feels like it's been a long time since Blue Letter came out, but it really hasn't been a long time since Blue Letter came out. I'm kind of sad it's a single, only because I love Wonho and I want all the Wonho content all the time. But obviously, like, it's been such a short amount of time since Blue Letter that there's only 2 songs on it, and we're gonna be okay with it because we're still getting new Wonho music and the concept looks so good. It looks like a little different from what he's done before, while still very much being Wonho, you know what I mean? So we're gonna set this up pretty much the same way. Well, actually, I wanna try something different this time around. So Wonho has 18 cards total, which is 2 9-pocket pages. However, this time around, the photo cards aren't going to be like super consistent with the backs at least. So I wanna try doing like 3 version 1s up here, the other version 1s down here, and then the first row of version 2 here. And like I might switch this around depending on how I feel about like each concept when it gets released. Let me go ahead and put these in. Okay, so this is the first page, and then we're just gonna do the same thing on the second page where I'm gonna make version 3 the top and bottom cards. And then in the middle, I'm gonna do the other version 2 photo cards. I'm gonna try that, and you know, we always switch things around here as we feel necessary once we get the cards. Setting up for a comeback, I feel like shouldn't be like a complete set in stone way of organizing your collection, because like obviously once the cards get released, it's a whole different story. Like I understand why a lot of people wait until the cards get released to film these videos, just because things can change so much once everything gets announced and everything gets released. So yeah. Okay, so that is that. And then the message cards. I always collect the message cards, so I'm really happy they're photo card size this time. That's really nice because the Blue Letter ones were like a really annoying shape. At least for storing purposes, like I thought they were cute and I thought that they matched the concept well, but for sorting photo card purposes, like not my favorite thing. I'm gonna do a 6 pattern and then of course do some of my hollow white sleeves on the other edges. I might eventually, like if there's other pobs, like there's other stores that get announced that has more pobs, I might put like do a 3-3 pattern and then do like 3 pobs in the middle or something. But for right now, I'm gonna keep pobs separate, but I think it would look really cute. Maybe I'll put like really special cards on this page. Like, I don't know. We'll have to see. I never try for any of the Fan Cafe like streaming event stuff and stuff, but I kind of want to try this time around, see if I can win, you know? I like never put any effort into try. Every era I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do it, and then I never do it. For Monsta X too, it's the same way. I'm always like, I'm gonna do it, and then I never do it. And then I see the cards that come out of these events and I'm like, I wish I had tried. Like for Monsta X's last era, I was so close to trying for the Universe event with all of my Gambler albums. I had so many like Gambler albums left over that I had a lot of Universe points and I didn't try, and I regret it. I regret it every day I try to find Kihyun's universe card. I'm like, man, should have just entered the universe event. My friend the other day was literally like, if Wonho announces a universe event, I'm gonna bug you until you do it because you talk about how much you wish you had done the universe event so bad. Larger items. Let me see here. And then for the other bookmarks, which I most likely will keep in here, I'm going to put them in one of these horizontal ones because these aren't random inclusions. Well, the frame cards are, but the bookmarks aren't. I'm not gonna worry about setting up and like putting sticky notes and everything. So yeah, so I think I'm gonna do those and then do POBs after. So let's work on POBs now. I'm assuming this is probably gonna get changed around as well, just like I did with Blue Letter. Still missing a couple POBs from Blue Letter, which is really sad, but it's okay, we'll get there. So for Blue Letter, we are for Obsession, not Blue Letter. For Obsession, we have 12 Highline cards, 3 K-Town cards. I think I'm only setting up for 2 MMT cards, but we're gonna be optimistic and say, yeah, so I don't know why I like this pattern so much recently, but I'm gonna do Highline version 1 here. I didn't like label the numbers because I'm either gonna get the full set or I'm not. And then I think I'll do MMT, and then if I win the fan sign, then I'll put my fan sign card here because there's like a winner selfie card, which is exciting. It's a selfie card. His last ones were selfie cards too though, but that's neither here nor there. So hopefully I get in. Thank you if you joined my group order, by the way. I was talking to a friend this morning about the amount of albums in my group order, and it's definitely more than I was expecting this time around. So I'm really, really grateful for everybody who wants to join my group orders all the time. Hope that everything goes smoothly this time because No Limit was honestly a disaster. If you didn't watch that vlog, I did a whole vlog on the experience and it was very stressful. So yeah, and then we have the second set of Highline cards. The other thing about buying from G Market is their shipping is outrageous. Like their shipping literally makes me want to cry. But they have this reward system called Smile Cash. And then I have the 3 K-Town cards I'm gonna do in the middle. They have this thing called Smile Cash. So basically like if you buy from them, you get like points towards money off of your next order. And so between buying both Wonho and Monsta's Seasons Greetings, so 3 Seasons Greetings from G Market, I bought all of my Apple Music fan sign albums from G Market, and I bought 3 different sets of albums from Starship Square because they had all of those bundle deals and stuff. I just like was stressing, man. I had so much I bought from G Market last era, between like No Limits release and the end of 2021. So I had so much Smile Cash that it literally took like, I won't even tell you how much money off of my order, but let's just say it was like 2/3 of my order was paid for, including shipping, which was like so nice because I first looked at the like total of everything I wanted, because I did like all the Wonho albums and then I did the jewel cases for Treasure, and I was like, this is insane. Yeah, I'm really happy I secured the Highline POBs because these are always really difficult to find later on and they're always kind of expensive. Yeah, that's all we're gonna do for Wonho right now. I'm sure there's gonna be a lot more stuff announced, so yeah. I love the way these hollow sleeves look on camera, to be honest. They're so pretty, especially with my new studio lights up, like, because my apartment literally doesn't get sunlight, which is so sad. I have like 1 window and I barely get sunlight during the day. And I'm a plant, I need sunlight. So anyways, let's work on Treasure now. All right, so Treasure lives in this binder. If you don't know, because it's been a long time since I've like collected Treasure. And like I said, I collect 3 members of Treasure. So this is how I usually set up for them. Like, I love my Treasure collection. Look how cute. Oh my gosh. I love the way that like YG does their photo cards too. Like it's just, it's so nice. I hate that I like YG's cards this much, but yeah. So this is their Japanese release. I haven't decided if I want to get Jungwoo's other cards, but I have all Junkyu's and that's pretty much like all that matters to me for Japan. So these are all POBs. Now this is from their first album. It's been so long. Where do I want to set these up? Here. We'll just like separate all of the larger inclusions because that's pretty much what this is all larger inclusions and like special cards. Oh my gosh, this binder literally never gets opened. Do you see how much it was just struggling just now to open? What happens? I'm just gonna stick like a whole stack of 9 pockets in here, and if we need them all, we need them all, and if we don't, then we don't. Okay, maybe we were a little excessive with this. I don't think I'm gonna need this many. So I think my plan is to do the blue version on the front. So I'm gonna do, oh, this is jungle. Everybody starts with a J, so it can confuse me because like everybody's got a J in their name. So we're not adding anyone. I did 2 of those. I don't know why I did 2 of those. I only have 1 set of photo book versions coming, but I think eventually, like, I'm gonna buy more because I think I want to buy more A Pink albums too. So I'm just gonna buy like more Treasure and A Pink later. I just wanted to make sure I got all of my Wonho pre-orders in, and I wanted to get pops for both A Pink and Treasure. So I wanted to make sure I had like all of the Wonho pops I could pre-order. But yeah, so it kind of stresses me out that I only have 1 set of photo books because normally I would buy like enough to collect at least Junkyu and June because Jung was really easy to buy, which makes me so sad. Like, why don't more people collect Jungwoo? I started collecting Jungwoo because he has like the cutest photo cards. Like, truly, I love his photo cards. Like, I think he just, they're so cute. He is so cute. So my actual sons. So yeah, but this is going to be the first page. So it's going to be all of the blue concept, which is very similar to how I set up for last album. And then we're going to have all of the green stuff. So we have albums, and then I'm going to go double check the album specs before I edit this video and see if those rare cards are like the first press card, because now that I'm thinking about it, like I thought about it, and the way that the template made it seem was like, I should have double checked with like the actual YG templates, to be honest, but I really don't like the way that YG formats their like album specs. YG and I just have a lot of beef, if you can't tell. A lot of beef for a vegetarian. That was a really bad joke, I'm really sorry. You're confusing me. I need to have like a third party explain this to me because I'm like so confused. Yeah, so this is the green page, gonna be set up the same way. And then I wanted to do all of the units together. So I'm just gonna assume, like I said, that they're not going to be in the same unit. And then obviously like I'll change this around. This is supposed to be blue. It says selfie, but it's a selfie unit card. That's why I wrote that, but yeah. Also, because I know people are going to ask in the comments, I am going to do a video setting up for collecting OT8 Stray Kids for their new comeback. I don't think I did one for Christmas Evil. Did I? But I don't think I did because I wasn't sure if I was what I was gonna collect for Christmas Evil. But I know I'm gonna collect OT8 for their upcoming Ordinary. It's called Ordinary. It literally just got announced this morning, so I apologize for not knowing the name yet, but don't you worry, I will know it very soon because it's going to become a main focus of this channel in March. So hopefully the monstas don't make a comeback till April. Besties, Juhan, take your time, sweetie, with that title track. You take your time with that title track. You make sure that is the best title track ever, and then you can release it in April when Carolyn has money, okay? Love you, thanks, bye. All right, and then we have the most stressful thing in my life. I don't know why. I literally don't know why the jewel cases stress me out so much. But anyways, I'm gonna do 3 jewel cases here, and then I'm going to assume that I'm collecting all of the Kinos because honestly, like that's the thing about this too, is that I feel like in the past I've rushed so much to finish Treasure's releases because I like to finish the previous release before the next album. And if you know anything about Treasure, in 2020, they released literally like 4 albums and it was pretty much back to back. And so I don't think it's going to be quite the same this time around. And so I think that's part of my mentality too, is that I associate collecting Treasure with like, oh my gosh, they're going to release another album literally next month. Like you have to get this done, which isn't how collecting should be. And don't ever like think that you need to collect the same way I collect and try to finish everything as quickly as I do, because it's honestly just like a thing in my brain, and it like bothers me if I don't have the previous era finished before the next comeback, because then I'm working on multiple eras at the same time for the same group, and I just like don't like doing that. But anyways, it's probably not going to be like that this time around, and so I'm okay taking my time this era. Like, obviously my priority is Wonho. He's always my priority. Let's be honest, this is probably his last album release before his enlistment, and I'm fully aware of that. And so I want to enjoy it, and I want to enjoy Treasure's comeback as well, and not feel stressed about collecting, because I love collecting Treasure. Like, I really do, and that's why I still collect them. That's why I didn't sell their collection throughout 2021 when they didn't have a comeback, because I really enjoy them as a group, and I enjoy collecting them, and I love all the boys, but I love the boys that I collect. I love Jinkyu, I love Jihoon, I love Jungwoo. Like, you know, I love all the members of Treasure, honestly. And so I just like, I'm just gonna enjoy this comeback. And I think I was really stressed about Pobs initially too for Treasure. And I've never cared about Treasure Pobs before. Like, I like to get the K-Town Pobs, and that's usually all I care about. The Pobs do look cuter this time around than previous eras, so that's part of it. And I'm kind of like, oh, they're actually kind of nice this time. Like, maybe I want some. But yeah, you don't have to rush your collection. You don't need to do that. And I need to remind myself about that more. We're all here to have a good time. We're all gonna stream Treasure and Wonho and A-Pink, and it's gonna be fantastic. I'm literally so bored of music right now. I like don't know what to listen to, because I haven't really checked out a lot of new releases so far this year. And I know there's been a lot of things released, nothing that I'm super interested in has come out. So I'm really excited to like have new music to listen to get to see like some of my favorite boys and girls performing on stage. This is Jungwoo, he goes here. So you know what I mean? Like, I think it's gonna be a really fun time. And I think that like I felt better once I had pre-ordered something the other day. I was just like a lot less like stressed about all of the groups I love coming back at like literally the same time, and trying for this like fan sign, and you know, just doing a lot after not doing anything in January. Yeah, that's kind of my little chat about this comeback. Is like, usually I have a lot more Treasure albums coming at this point, and I just don't have as many this time around. But I definitely know that they're like, hopefully they'll get another comeback this year. YG, please give us like another comeback in like the summer or the fall or something, and we'll love to see it. But for this particular comeback, I'm going to take my time and enjoy myself, and if I finish it in like a month's time, that's great. If I don't, that's also great. Next thing I'm gonna do is K-Town for the boys. So that also was one of my like, I never did a resolutions video. So I'm gonna do the 2 rows of K-Town, and then I'm gonna do a 3rd row of some other Pob just to fill up a page. I'm not sure what I wanna do yet, but because there's 2 K-Town Pobs, I don't wanna like leave it for the next era, because normally that doesn't like work out, you know what I mean? So what was I talking about? I feel like it was important before I explained what I was doing. Okay, I went back and watched the end of that clip. So what I was talking about before I explained what I was doing is that I never made a resolutions video this year because, I don't know, end of 2022 was real, or end of 2021 was real weird for me, and I just didn't want to. But I decided that for this year, like any collections that stress me out too much, like not to stress about my collections, like anything that stresses me out too much, I'm just simply not going to do, because I just feel like, and I've talked about this a lot, there's a lot that happens in K-pop these days. There's a lot that goes on. Fan signs and pause and like merch releases and other versions and things. And so I've decided that if any of my groups release something, then I'm like, you know what? I really don't want to buy this. I'm just not gonna buy it. Like the only group that I can see that not happening for is Monsta X, because honestly, I never mind buying anything for Monsta X, but it's just kind of like and I never feel stressed out like collecting monsta decks. Like it can be a little overwhelming for a minute. Like I definitely was a little overwhelmed for a minute during No Limit era. Let me grab a 4-pocket real quick. Hold on. I don't know. I don't know. I didn't feel like super stressed about it. Like I got it all done in a reasonable amount of time and I took my time with it. I bought extra pops from friends who did fan signs from other stores and it wasn't bad. So yeah, I've just kind of decided that if something stresses me out, I'm not gonna do it. And that's kind of my motto for this year. I had sticky notes made for these and I cannot find these now. So let me just explain to you what I'm gonna do for postcards. Kind of the same thing I always do for postcards. So each member has 2 postcards total and I am just going, this era doesn't count because that was different, but I'm just gonna collect both the Junkoo's and then one of Jihoon's and one of Jungwoo's from both versions. So in the past I've done like Junkoo's white and black and then like Jihoon's white and Jungwoo's black, you know what I mean? So that's what I'm gonna do this time around as well. But yeah, we're set up for Treasure. I'm so excited. Like I really am so excited for their comeback and to collect them. And I'm excited to see what they have in store this time around. I will say though, if they do some sort of like lucky draw or something, I'm gonna be real tempted to try to like collect for that because I know people like to hate on lucky draws, but I think lucky draws are kind of fun. So I might end up doing like, I don't know, if it's through Soundwave, I'll do a member claim for my non-members I collect. Like I'll just buy a full set and do a member claim because Soundwave I know gives full sets, but like other stores are usually not like that. But I don't know if YG will do Soundwave. I don't know what they'll do. Honestly, I'm interested to see kind of how Treasure's promotions will change this time around because it's been so long. But yeah, I'm excited. So let's move on to Changyuni now. I'm so excited. All right, in order to set up for Changyun, we also need to reorganize Kihyun and Wonho. So I have, the other day I was in this binder and I just like moved things a lot. I moved things around a little bit just to kind of see what I wanted to do with things. So there should be enough sleeves in here. Oh my gosh, this binder's gonna be real thick. I'm gonna have to figure out what to do about this. I've thought for a while about moving like my special Wonho and Kihyun cards into my like white binder that I keep all of my non-album stuff in, but we'll see what I end up doing with that. But once I have all of these Changyun cards in here and once I finish my OT7 collections, like this binder's gonna be real thick, so we have to figure something out for that. I'm going to scoot Wonho's cards over, scoot both of Kihyun's cards over. So let me tell you the story of how we made it to this point. Okay, so I was scrolling through Mercari, as one does, and I was looking for Kihyun cards actually, and I came across a couple of Changyun special cards. And I was like, his cards are so cute. I was like, Changyun's cards are literally so cute. Special cards I really wanted to buy, and I was like, should I just go ahead and buy them? And then I was like, this is the official version. What was I gonna do for this? She says, as she was like, we're gonna have to do 2 pages. So these are both of the clan. Okay, I needed a second. It's been so long since I've collected Kihyun and Wonho for these eras that I had to remind myself of what versions were what. So I have a Kihyun template like right off screen here. Yeah, so I was scrolling through Mercari. I was looking at all of the special Changyun cards and I was thinking like, oh my gosh, I would really, really love to collect some of Changyun's cards. I would really love to do it. And then I was like, I really can't reason doing that just because yeah, you know what? He's the boy. He is the boy. We'll do Wonho in the middle. And then we'll do Key here. I can't just do that and not buy like album cards for him. And I was like, well, you know, I collect, not me having this full conversation of myself in my apartment, but I was like, you know, I collect him now, like I collect full group now, and so it wouldn't be that weird if I were to collect kind of casually, like get some of his special cards. And I was like, but where would I even put that in my binder? Like, you know what I mean? Like, where would I put that in my binder? Are these the same version? Yeah. How would I even organize that? It was this whole thing. And then I was like, you know what? Like, before I allow myself to buy a bunch of random Changyun special cards, which is still probably gonna happen, I should just back collect him and collect his older cards. So then I pulled up a Photocard template, like the one I showed you, and I went through and I highlighted everything that I had for Changyun. And I was like, you know what? I'm like really not missing a lot. Like I could probably do this pretty easily. And it wouldn't take me that long. And also like, I love these cards. This is such a pretty concept. So it's really not gonna take me that long. It was the weekend that I went to my friend's bachelorette party. I was sitting in an airport and I took out a template and I took out my iPad and I just highlighted everything that I already had. This I'm not gonna mess with just because I'm already collecting OT7 for this. I will put sticky notes in here eventually. I just haven't gotten to it yet and I just don't feel like doing it for this video today because it's not really the purpose of this video. So Beautiful is gonna be OT7. I'm not gonna collect these for Kihyun or Changyun. I don't like those. Took me years to get them for Wonho and they're really not hard to find. Obviously I already have both of his Shine Forever cards. So this is the next page. It was just interesting because I was like, you know, it really won't take me that long. And then I posted it on my private Instagram story, my close friends story. Not my private Instagram, I don't have a private Instagram, but my close friends story on my Instagram. And I was like, guys, like, what do y'all think? And of course, all my friends come into my DMs and they're like, Carolyn, you're a clown, you should just collect OT7. And I was like, no, I really don't want to collect OT7 for everything. Like, I really have no desire to collect OT7 for everything. I just like, I don't know. I don't want to collect OT7 for everything. I just want to collect OT7 for like Follow and Beautiful and Shine Forever and then like moving forward. Like I don't want to go back and collect OT7 for everything. I just don't have a desire to do it. I think it would take a long time. The We Are Here, Are You There eras stress me out and I just don't want to deal with them for every single member. Even though I am collecting the 3 most expensive members now, but it's fine. And then I was thinking about it more and I was like, it would look really nice in my, in my binder if I collected 3 members. I love collecting 3 members. And like, why do I not collect 3 members for my ultimate group? You know what I mean? Like, why don't I do that? So yeah, this isn't going to be a collection I finish in a minute. I actually was gonna wait until I finished Lino to start working on Changyun, but I'm pretty much done with Lino. And again, like, did I not do a pre-order card? I didn't. I just did 1, 2, 3, and 4 for the Connect. That's not good. I'll make a sticky note for this later. Yes, but that's his pre-order card. I also don't know what to do about units. I collected all of Kihyun's units back when I started collecting him. And the units for these eras stress me out a lot. So you know what? We're not gonna do it. That's the new rule, the new Carolyn rule. I like how these unit pages look. I'm not gonna mess it up by adding another member's units. I already have some of Changyun's units, like right there. And where's another Changyun unit? I know Ki has one with him. He has at least one with him. Really? I don't have a Kihyun Changyun. Oh yeah, there's more Changyun units, more Changyun, more Changyun. Maybe there isn't a Kihyun Changyun unit. Next, we have version 1. You know what's sad about like this era is that Wonho and Kihyun both have pink cards for version 1. Changyun's is blue. He has a blue background. So yeah, we're gonna do version 1 and 2, 3, and 4. Would this look better with 4 members? Yes, but don't tell me that in the comments. Don't tell me that in the comments. I don't want to hear it. So I think for this, we're still gonna move the boy down here. But I think I'm gonna put Kihyun here just because Changyun's card is blue. So it's gonna look better like that. What are the odds that like the 2 members that I first collected from Monsta X both had the same color? I thought they were all pink, honestly. Which shows you how much I've like paid attention to like the member sets in the past. So yeah, we're gonna do that. And then I guess we'll just set up the rest of this era the same way. It doesn't really matter that Kihyun and Changyun are gonna be switched for this era because it just like, works better. Also, I almost collected Minyak, but I had like this crisis about, because when I had my crisis about Changyun, I was like, I should just collect Minyak. And then I was like, but I don't actually, like that's not the crisis I'm having. You know what I mean? Like, it's not the crisis I'm having. I want to collect Changyun's, like, I want to collect more for Changyun. I don't know. It was a whole dilemma, and this is the conclusion we came to. And I also, like, was hesitant to do this because I was like, should I really start another Monsta X project when I haven't even completed the previous 2 Monsta X projects? You know what I mean? Like, why would I do that to myself? 4, and then we'll do key here. And key here. I love the music video concept ones. So freaking cute. I was just listening to Dramarama before I started filming, actually. I was watching another YouTube video, and then YouTube recommended the Dramarama music video to me. And I was like, you know what? It's been a minute. Let's listen to Dramarama. So yes, this is actually my new favorite way to do 6 patterns, actually. So, fun fact. Oh, I already had a thing in here. I told you I like kind of set up for this. Units, again, I don't think I'm going to change up my units. There's just a lot of units here. We've got some Changi up here. We have, do we have Wonho in Changyun? I don't understand the unit cards from these eras. The code and the connect are real confusing. So for this, I have full sets of Wonho and Kihyun, like on separate pages. So these are the Are You There cards, and then the first We Are Here cards. So I'm gonna do the same thing for Changyun. I'm just gonna give him his own page and just do it like that. See, for like, if I were to collect OT7, I would need 7 pages of this, and that's just a lot. That is just a lot. But let me make sure I'm doing this the same way though. We're Here and Are You There stress me out. And I just like don't want to do it for everyone. Even though it would be easy to collect everyone else. Like if I finish Changyun, I've done all of the difficult members, but no. So I guess there's a couple larger items for Changyun that I probably don't own yet, but I'm not gonna worry about that. Also, moving forward, I'm not really sure how this is gonna change my collection moving forward. Like, am I gonna collect special cards for both Changyun and Kihyun? Am I gonna collect Tower Record cards for both boys? I've thought about that before. Just doing like that. I don't know though. I haven't really thought that far in my life yet. I guess we'll decide next Monsta X era. There were a couple of Changyun cards, like Changyun's Lucky Draws, that I was like, I wish I had gotten Changyun's Lucky Draws last era. I was like, man, I really should have tried to get Changyun's Lucky Draws. But yeah, units, again, I would have to collect the 3rd unit, the Hyungwon Changyun unit. That might be the only thing I do because it's just 5 unit cards, and I feel like that's a really easy unit to get. So like that might be an exception we do. And then of course for We Are Here, the monster that is We Are Here. The only card I'm really worried about, because these cards are pretty easy to find, there's just a lot of them, is the US benefit card. I've been looking for Changyun's US benefit card for like a week now, and I have never seen it for sale. So that's the one card I'm worried about, but I have it for both Wonho and Kihyun, and so I really would like it for Changyun too, even though it's not my favorite card of him. But yeah, these are just numbered like 1 through 8, but I will set them up in the same way as Wonho and Kihyun. So like the green cards in the middle. Does Wonho have green cards? Not really. Wonho, where are your green cards? He had this one red card, but Changyun has green cards, so I'll set up Changyun like the same way as Kihyun then. He thinks because he's the best boy, he can do whatever he wants, right? And then for We're Here, I collected, thinking about what I did for units here, I think I did like, there weren't as many units for this album as there were previously, I don't think. I already have some of Changyun's, and I feel like it would just be weird. Ugh, am I ever gonna find the US benefit card though? I'm already worried about it. I'm still gonna try, but I'm worried about it. So yeah, I collected all the boys' cards with everyone else. I don't know. I'm not sure. we're not gonna think about unit cards. All right, so for follow, I actually need to set up to collect OT7 follow. So we're going to take out these cards. And I didn't make sticky notes for this, but it's okay. I hope y'all will forgive me. I will set them up just for the aesthetic purpose, but that's right. No, it's not. No, it's right. It's been a minute since I did an OT7 set though, so. Shonu, Wonho, Kihyun. I'm like not very far on follow. Minhyuk, Kihyun. Oh, where's my other box of white sleeves? I'm gonna need it. I'm excited to work on follow though. I've been wanting to do this for a long time, so this is gonna be a good time, I think. I love the follow cards like so much, so love these other keys. I just like am obsessed with the cards from this era though. Like they're just so pretty. Like I was looking at Shonu's the other day and I was like, Shonu has like the best cards. Like I freaking love the follow cards. And it's not something the community talks about a lot, but I do think it's one of Monsta's best photo card sets. Like truly think it's one of their best concepts in photo card sets. I just think we all associate follow with like how awful of a time we were all having during that time, but the photo cards are real pretty. So all right, version 3. And I already have the G Market set done and the Kino's card set done. Version 3 though, oh my gosh. Bestie, other bestie. Okay, I'm just gonna use hollow sleeves. I'm too lazy to pause the camera and go find my other ones, but I'll replace these. So there's that. And then the second to last page, I actually have 3 members for, which is a fun time. So, Wonho's gonna go here for this set. And we have Minhyuk's card. Minhyuk's card was a gift from someone a long time ago, and I kept it because I knew I was going to want to do OT7 follow eventually. So I was like, I'm going to keep this card, even though I don't technically collect Minhyuk at this time. I'm going to collect OT7 follow someday, and yeah. So I hope that I can make some progress on this. I also love Juhan's cards this era. His blue hair was so nice. Like, ugh, so beautiful follow era. Like I literally, like, these are gonna look so nice when they're done. And I'm so excited about it. Like truly so excited about it. Okay, and then for this, I'm gonna do, and then both the Kihyun, because I didn't want to collect OT7 for these because I honestly don't like them very much, but I wanted to keep these. And then I also have Changyun's. So I'm gonna collect that for my 3 members I collect thoroughly. This Minhyuk card, gorgeous. So gorgeous. I know a lot of people were rooting for Minhyuk as my 3rd member, so I apologize if I've disappointed anybody, because I think we all knew deep down it was Changyun. I also don't know if I'm gonna collect his Japanese cards. I kind of like the way my Japanese cards are set up, but we'll see how long the Korean cards take me. If I get bored enough during 2021, which I don't think I will, or 2022, then yeah, I'll go back and work on some units, and I'll work on some other stuff. Also this, I don't have Changyun's for. I just have Wonho and Kihyun, but I'm not sure. But yeah, I'll do a quick flip through. I have a ton of stuff up for trade and sale on my Instagram, so please come trade me your extra Changyun cards. I don't know if anyone has any extra Changyun cards, honestly, but yes, this is how we're going to do it. It's gonna be so nice. Hopefully finishing the beautiful set soon. I'm almost done. I'm almost done with Minhyuk. I just need his Brilliant card. And then I just need Shonu and Juhan and Changyun sets. I have a couple Wonho cards coming actually, so that's gonna be fun. This has been done. And his special card. I don't know if I'm gonna get his poster either. I have Wonho's poster too for Shine Forever. I don't know. All that stuff is gonna depend on availability and price and what else is going on in K-pop when I'm working on this. So I'm excited though. I'm excited to collect the third member of Monsta X. I had a really good time collecting Kihyun back in the day. And I'm already a lot farther on Changyun than I was on Kihyun when I started, so I don't feel like it's gonna be too bad. Again, just worried about we are here and are you there, always. But yeah. And then we have Follow, which I'll put sticky notes on here. It'll be sticky noted up by the next time, but I just didn't have any ready today. So yes, that is everything for this video. I'm sure it's super long. All of my videos have been super long recently, so I apologize for that. But I do hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're excited for all the comebacks and things. I have so much content coming, I feel like, so it's gonna be a good time. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you are having a great day and staying safe and drinking lots of water and caffeine. And I'll see you guys very soon. Bye-bye.